hi guys. If you're watching this, it's because you feel like you'd like a little bit more support with the reasoning problems. So I won't take too long. I might just, we'll just have a little chat through them, because I'm sure that you guys, once you're kind of getting your head around the way we need to approach these questions, I'm sure that you'll be fine. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, and they've already, straight away in the first problem, they use the word clues. So they want you to work out which of the three children matches which of the three containers. So you have to read all their information. The little girl Annie says, I have exactly half a litre. Okay. Amir, he says, I have 1,000 millilitres. And Eva says, I have more than 300 millilitres, but less than 400 millilitres. Okay. So first of all, what I'm thinking, when I look at the containers, I can see that the capacity is 1 litre. The capacity for each container is 1 litre. Okay, but in the and obviously up until a litre, they've used millilitres. They're not working in decimals, they're working in millilitres until it gets to 1 litre. Okay, and in the children's statements, there's a mixture. So Annie has used the phrase half a litre. Now, a litre is 1,000 millilitres. We know that from our learning this week, about converting litres to millilitres. So 1 litre is 1,000 millilitres. This is telling us that she's telling us I have half a litre. So we need to think to ourselves, what is half of 1,000 millilitres? Okay, half of 1,000 is 500. So if you look, you'll see that there is a container that has 500 millilitres. That must be Annie's. Okay, now it's kind of the opposite here. Amir's telling us he has 1,000 millilitres. We're going to have to do some converting here as well. Now, as I said at the beginning, we know that 1,000 millilitres is the same as 1 litre. So if you look at the containers, are there any that have exactly 1 litre? And if there are, which there are, that must be Amir's. Okay, so that really only leaves container C. Let's just double check though. She said, I have more than 300 millilitres, but less than 400 millilitres. So if we have a little look at container C, you can see that the increments up to 500 mil, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 500 divided by 5 is 100. So we know that each one of these is 100. So you can see that the liquid is actually halfway between that one and that one. So let's count up from the bottom. That's going to be 100, 200, 300, and halfway between those two increments, halfway between 300 and 400 is 350. So does that make sense? Does that match? Is 350 more than 300 millilitres? Yes. Is it less than 400 millilitres? Yes. So that makes sense. They're going to match up. Okay. Now, I'm going to just have a look at the next one with you, but I'm not going to do it completely because I honestly think you guys will be good at having a go at this. You just have to make sure you really read the question carefully. Amir and Alex work out the capacity of the pot by filling it with water, then pouring the water into the measuring cylinders. So they don't know how much capacity this pot holds, so they're going to do it by putting it into these measuring cylinders. And they've both got two different ideas about what the capacity must be. Amir thinks the capacity of the pot is 302 millilitres, and Alex thinks the capacity of the pot is 2 litres and 300 millilitres, or 2.3 litres, you could say. Who do you agree with and explain why? So I'm not going to go through that one with you actually, because otherwise I'll have done almost all of the questions with you. And the next question is actually a really fun practical activity that you can have a go at home using lots of different containers and some water, if your parents are okay with that. But have a think. You need to look very carefully at the measuring cylinders and how much water has come out of this pot, and have a look and remind yourself which person you agree with. All right, and then you need to explain why. Okay, so I'm going to stop there because I know that there's not loads going on there, but I know that you guys will work that out for yourselves, and I hope that's helped a little bit. Okay, have a great Friday, guys. See you next week. Bye.